Hi, everybody. I hope you guys are all having a absolutely wonderful night. Myself, this is part two of the Mandy Lemaire killing reading. Last night, it took a long time, but I allowed her to say what she had to say. Now, just so you guys know, last night, because I'm connected to her, she was connected to me. I could kind of feel him way in the background, right? Um, and so before I even connected with him, which I am right now, I knew because the picture he was giving me, I knew right then and there what type of man he was. And I knew 100% after doing Mandy's reading that yes, he was 100% guilty. Now, at the very end of that reading with Mandy, there were two cards that came out. I have to actually look here. Give me just a second. I have the cards here. Okay. So, these two cards, Mandy, these came out with her reading. These were the very last two cards. And when this one came out, I was like, not sure what Mandy's message with this. So I waited, and then we did this card, the unfinished business card. So I stopped at that point, and I just asked her, I was like, Mandy, what are you saying with these two cards? And just so you guys know, I had my intuition was telling me what these two cards were about, but I wanted to give her a chance. And she said, it's not over. And I just stopped. And I was right in my intuition, my discernment with her. And I just said, okay, Mandy, what do you mean it's not over? Because Charlie's dead. She said, this one. She said, master. He was almost too good at grabbing me and what he did. I was like, okay. I said, so what do you mean by it's not over? She said, Wendy, I wasn't the first one. I was, like I said, my intuition was telling me this was not going to be good. I got instantly just a really bad feeling about what she was going to tell me. She said, yeah, he was too good at what he did. She just wanted me to know there is more, that she wasn't the first one. And I thanked her. And it just left me with like so much sadness because she had sadness in her voice, like despair a little bit. But she would know, wouldn't she? So, right then and there, between those two cards, and I could kind of feel him. And it's going to sound very creepy because it is. But I didn't even ask him to step forward. He was just sitting there in the background. And a picture flashed through my head, and it's like he was like this. Like he was happy about all this during her reading. And I said, oh boy, oh boy. So I decided by the end of her reading, Mandy's, I said, yep, I'm going to connect to him. So I've drawn my cards. You can see there's not a lot. There's a reason for that. He's a very evil person. Not only like on the surface, because of the crime that he committed, and that he's done multiple times. So, connecting with him, it's not a good feeling because he's a killer. He killed kids. So, I am connected with him right now. I'm very grounded in my faith. So it is hard as an empath and a medium to connect to somebody that is this evil. Because it really truly is a horrible feeling. But I had one question for him. One. How many did you kill? That was my question for him. I didn't care. I don't care about him. I don't care about his life. I don't care about his background. None of that matters at this point. My question was, how many are there? So, we're going to go through these cards. The first card told me how evil he was. The Sun card comes out, and I call it my joy card, my happiness card. You know what this is about him? He likes reliving this. So he's getting happiness out of this with me. I didn't even address that. I don't care. We know you're evil, whatever. That is how I am, guys. When I connect to somebody a negative spirit, a spirit that lives in the dark, not in the light. And you'll start to see my cards and what I'm getting from him, how truly evil he is. There's a reason there's only a few cards out here. Oh, Lordy. 6 of Cups. Living in the past. Memories. Like nostalgia. These are all my keywords, by the way, that I write on these. Shows an adult standing in front of a little girl. Like I said, he relives every one of his crimes. He thrives on it. This is, he was evil on earth. He's evil after his death. Okay? Next card. Bunch of kids. Competition, conflict, fighting. But this one is, at this point, he's answering my question. He didn't tell me exactly how many there are. Maybe he did in this one. Because there's five kids in this. but word-wise, talking to me, he's not. Which, by the way, I live in the light, and my gifts are in the light also. So, okay, another page of pentacles, money, another child. He's just really, I don't even know the word for him and how it feels to be connected with him. So he gave me all these just to prove a point with me. I think by answering my question to a certain extent, what I'm feeling from him is he's enjoying telling me. This one, the world, right? This one is not what you guys would probably think. This one was for me. And it's completion. He's done. Move on. I knew immediately that was for me. He said, nope, you got your answer. Move on. I'm done with you. I didn't. I continued. But here's the thing. Even though he's telling me, I'm done, move on. The reason he's telling me that, because I am of the light, and somebody this evil could not be in my presence for very long. I was only able to draw 2 more cards because this, even though it came off as, you need to move on, I'm done. I'm done with you. No, it's because it's, how do I put this? Like I said, he cannot be in my presence for very long. So he's wanting to get away now at this point. So I got these last 2 cards. Collection. That is, he thinks of the kids that he's killed. It's like his little collection. And this one, the law card, judge, police. What he's telling me, they never caught me, and they'll never know. So I said, you know what? That could be true. It could still come to light. How many? I'm hoping it would. But at this point, he's away from me. It's like I can feel him withdraw from me, which I was happy about, because he came off to me, talking to me as if he was in charge. He's not. He's dead, thank goodness. So, very, very evil person. Bad enough that he did it once, but with Mandy telling me she wasn't the first, and then for him to answer my question, Yeah. So I did not read in depth. I all I did was read the summary of what happened. Um, so what I didn't say last night was that it wasn't so some of his own family members came forward and testified that they saw him and his vehicle right at the place where she was found. I was like, okay, but that could be a coincidence. I like to keep an open mind about things, judge for myself. Um, but it didn't stop there. They had, there was physical evidence in his vehicle. Her hairs, some spots. Um, I don't know all the rest, but there was multiple um, about that. And when his own cousin got up on the stand to tell the truth, um, and he had abused her and another cousin. Um, the summary said, um, as she's right as she got done testifying, he sarcastically said to her, "Way to go, cuz." And that's the same feeling I'm getting with him. So he did get arrested and convicted to 114 years, but there's something was going on with the Alaskan Supreme Court and many different crimes, convictions they overturned. Um, and he ended up dying in prison from lung cancer, awaiting his second trial. But my gut feeling is he would have gotten convicted the second time also. And even though the Supreme Court overturned it, which must have torn Mandy's family, just, torn them apart to hear that, right? I know he did it. Mandy said she wasn't the first one. I asked him that one question. How many more? I think this card right here is giving me that answer. So I'm not going to give him any more time. He doesn't really deserve that. Mandy did, because I wanted her story to be told, and I wanted to hear directly from her out of respect for her, which she did. She did a great job last night. So this guy, the killer, he got away from me before I could come to, like, breaking the connection. He broke it. Because he just can't be around me. So this is going to be a lot shorter. I got my answer. Something tells me somewhere in this file during the investigation, if I had to guess, there was probably speculation if there were more. That wouldn't have been allowed to be brought up in court, as we all know, right? All right, guys, this is over. He's gone. And don't worry about me connecting with somebody that's evil once they're gone, like he is. they never come back. So I am grounded in my faith. I have, so it does not bother me in the least to do this. It's not a great feeling, but he answered my question. So thanks again, guys. Really quick reading tonight. I got my answer. And now I'm going to end this because he doesn't deserve any more of my time or anybody else's time. All right? Have a great night, guys.